Tonight's headlines: NCR to remain under MECQ. ICU ward beds occupancy rate still at high risk. Coronavirus cases in the country at 2,121,308. 14 COVID-19 referral hospitals hit critical risk level. Signal number 2 hoisted over 13 areas. And Philippine inflation hits 32-month high. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, September 7, 2021. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. The National Capital Region will remain under modified enhanced community quarantine until September 15, 2021, or until the pilot general community quarantine with alert level system is implemented, whichever comes first. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said the interagency task force deferred the pilot implementation of the GCQ with alert level systems in Metro Manila. He stressed also that indoor and alfresco dine-in services and personal care services, including beauty salons, beauty parlors, and nail spas, shall remain prohibited. Religious services, on the other hand, performed through online video conferencing and transmission shall be allowed. Meanwhile, immediate family members are allowed to attend necrological services, wakes, interment, and funerals as long as the deceased died of non-COVID-19 causes. The occupancy rate of the country's intensive care unit beds and ward beds for COVID-19 patients remain at high risk, according to data from the Department of Health on Tuesday. High risk means an occupancy rate of more than 70% but less than 85%. Based on the latest bulletin, 76% of the 4,200 ICU beds in the country are occupied, while 75% of the 1,400 ICU beds in Metro Manila are in use. Data also show that 74% of the 15,300 ward beds nationwide are being utilized, while 74% of the 4,200 ward beds in Metro Manila are occupied. Meanwhile, 58% of the country's 3,300 mechanical ventilators are in use, while 64% of the 1,200 mechanical ventilators in Metro Manila are occupied. The Department of Health reported 18,012 confirmed coronavirus disease cases on Tuesday to bring the total number of infections in the country to 2,121,308, even as 13 laboratories failed to submit data on time. This brought the active cases to 158,637, and of the total, 92% are mild, 3.4% are asymptomatic, 1.4% are severe, and 0.7% are in critical condition. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, rose to 1,928,173 after 18,945 patients recovered from the deadly disease. Death toll now stands at 34,498, following 161 fatalities recorded. Based on September 7 reports, the Philippines was also able to test 57,180 individuals, of which 28.1% tested positive for the illness. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Mga katribo, handa na ba kayong sumayaw at manalo? Halina't sumali sa Katribo Bakuna Paturok TikTok Challenge sa handog ng Daily Tribune, Teleradyo Bandido TV at RJFM. Napakadali lang sumali. Step 1. Like at i-follow ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at TikTok account upang maging updated at makasali. Step 2. Bumuo ng isa o grupo na hanggang 3 katao at gumawa ng TikTok video gamit ang opisyal na Paturok Jingle Daily Tribune at RJFM na makukuha sa TikTok account ng Daily Tribune.
Paturok! Pababakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation. No more isolation. With vaccination. Pababakuna ka ba? 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 Pababakuna ka ba?
entry. I-post ang inyong video sa Daily Tribune TikTok account at gamitin ang hashtag Katribo Bakuna Paturok. Maaari ring i-mention ang Daily Tribune TikTok account para sa inyong entry. Huwag kalimutang i-like ang official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune. Manood at huwag kalimutang i-share ang programang Gising Na Facebook livestream mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga para alamin ang daily winner. Lahat pwede sumali. Make your move. Lumabas at magpaturok na ng bakuna.
Paturok! Paturok!
It's time for the world to know. Outstanding Filipinos in America. The 11th Outstanding Filipinos in America Awards 2021. A salute to the heroes of coronavirus. Coming back live in person at the Carnegie Hall in New York City, home of the TOFA Awards since 2011.
In other news, the healthcare utilization rate, or HCUR, of 14 out of the 32 COVID-19 referral hospitals nationwide is at a critical risk amid a surge in new COVID-19 cases. HCUR, which refers to the occupancy of isolation ward and intensive care unit beds, as well as the utilization of mechanical ventilators, is considered critical risk if it is more than 85%. Based on the data, the HCUR was at 100% for the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine and the Amay Pakpak Medical Center, 99% for the Region 1 Medical Center and the Southern Philippine Medical Center, and 96% for the National Kidney and Transplant Institute, Lung Center of the Philippines, and the Baguio General Hospital and Medical Center. The HCUR was at 95% for the UP Philippine General Hospital and the Carino Memorial Medical Center, 92% for the Batangas Medical Center, and 91% for the Jose Lingad Memorial Regional Hospital and the Dr. Paulino Garcia Memorial Research and Medical Center. State Weather Bureau Pagasa announced that signal number 2 has been lifted over the Visayas as severe tropical storm Jolina further weakened while moving over the Sibuyan Sea. But signal number 2 remains raised over the central and southern portions of Quezon, the southern portion of Rizal, Laguna, the southeastern portion of Batangas, the northeastern portion of Oriental Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, Sorsogon, western portion of Albay, Masbate, including Ticao and Burias Islands, the western and southern portion of Camarines Sur, and the western portion of Camarines Norte. Pagasa warned affected residents against damaging gale force to storm force winds, which may bring generally light to moderate damage to structures and vegetation. As of 4 p.m., the center of Jolina was estimated at 60 kilometers west-northwest of Masbate City, Masbate, with maximum sustained winds of 100 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 125 kilometers per hour. And in business, the rate of price increases accelerated to its fastest since January 2019 at 4.9% last August, but the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas maintains that inflation outlook remains broadly balanced and expects within target level by end 2021. BSP Governor Benjamin Jokno said that the August 2021 inflation rate is within the central bank's 4.1 to 4.9% forecast range for last month and is in line with the central bank's assessment that inflation could settle close to the high end of the target range in the near term before decelerating back to within the target range by year end. It traced the upside risks to inflation and aggregate demand to the uptick in international commodity prices due to supply chain bottlenecks and the recovery in global demand. Jokno, however, said these factors are seen to be countered by the emergence of new coronavirus variants, since the factor leads to stricter lockdown measures and delayed reopening of the economy. Inflation rose from last July's 4% due mainly to increases in the heavily weighted food and alcoholic beverages. That wraps up the stories tonight. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, Department of Tourism, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of the Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel, and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night. God bless us all.
Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.